Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Thursday, the 3rd of August 2023. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 finished the day down 0.6% to 7,312 points. After a poor lead-in from Wall Street, the tech sector led the market lower, with 10 of the 11 sub-indices ending the day in the red. The exception was the Telco Index, and that's because Telstra was among the best performers on the day, up 0.6%. The only other top 25 companies to gain today were Aristocrat Leisure and QBE, both which jumped more than 1%. But the story today was really a weak Wall Street and concerns about the slowing economy and higher interest rates. James Hardie and Xero both dropped more than 3%, while BHP, Commonwealth Bank, Fortescue Metals, Rio Tinto, WiseTech Global, Newcrest Mining and REA, you get the gist, were all off more than 1%. Story number 2, the recovery operations for the MRH-90 Taipan helicopter that crashed off the Whitsunday Islands last Friday has located human remains and more aircraft debris. Australian Defence Forces Chief of Joint Operations, Lieutenant General Greg Bilton, said an underwater vehicle had located debris 40 metres below the sea's surface, including parts of the helicopter's cockpit. The debris was consistent with earlier findings that there had been a catastrophic impact of the aircraft with the water. Story number 3, Assistant Treasurer Stephen Jones says there needs to be a conversation about the use of superannuation for bequests amid a crisis of funding in the aged care sector. Jones said the purpose of superannuation is to provide for retirement income, not inheritances. He told the ABC that it was odd that in a system about retirement income, a third of the cheques written by superannuation funds are bequests. Story number 4, Link Group will report a more than $400 million loss for the last financial year, thanks to costs associated with its exit from its troubled UK business. There's quite a bit to this. The Superannuation Administrator and Share Registry Company released its preliminary unaudited results today, and broadly, it was all about the cost of extricating itself from a disastrous UK acquisition made 6 years ago. Link is selling most of the British business, called Link Fund Solutions, to Irish group Waystone in a complex deal across a couple of years. The company will make a provision of $391 million for the last 12 months to June 30 in connection to the sale, and an associated redress scheme overseen by UK regulators. Now, Link will pay as much as 436 million Aussie dollars in compensation to those who lost money in the collapse of the $6 billion Woodford Retail Fund in 2019, which was part of that British business Link Fund Solutions. Link then expects to recognise a gain of $280 million this year on completion of the Fund Solutions sale, expected to settle in October. Link also said its results will show a $407 million one-off gain on the sale of its stake in electronic conveyancing group PEXA. Plenty of moving parts in that one. Bottom line in all that is when its result comes out, it'll be a loss of more than $400 million. Link's share price closed down 3% today. It's off 67% in the past year. And story number 5, it was a very tough night on Wall Street, with the S&P 500 having its worst day since April, falling 1.4%, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq dropped 2.2%. August is normally a slow trading month in the US. It's summer. People are on holidays. Not so last night. News that ratings agency Fitch had cut the US's sovereign rating to AA+ from AAA unnerved markets. The good news was that US private payrolls increased by a larger than expected 324,000 jobs last month, meaning the economy is ticking along. But the bad news to that is that it adds to the case for more rate hikes in the world's largest economy. That's it for the afternoon report for Thursday, the 3rd of August, 2023. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed, the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.